Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this WrestleMania 41 review and opinions video. My vocal cords are shot. They are done, right? I've already tried to record this video once and I only got a few minutes in and then my voice kind of just packed up. So it might sound okay right now. That's because I've literally just had a drink of water. But honestly, the more I talk, the more they might start to fail. My vocal cords might start to fail. It's been a very long weekend. So I'm going to talk for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, get all my thoughts out. Then we'll go into the comments. I'm going to try and do 20, 25 minutes and just try and get as much done as we can, okay? So I'm going to score this 5 out of 10, right? I really found this to be one of the most disappointing WrestleMania days that I can remember in a long time. I might have to go back to like the pandemic. I might have to go back to, I'd have to have a look at WrestleMania 37 again. But I'm really down on this day, and it really started well. I mean, Io, Rhea, Bianca, really fun. Loads of big spots. Really enjoyed it. I mean, I'm not getting carried away with that match. I didn't think it was anywhere near as good as the main event from night one. Like, I had fun with this, and it was really enjoyable, and it was a great way to start the show. But no way was it even close to the main event of night one. So, yeah, I mean, score-wise, like, an 8 out of 10, a 4-star match, 4.25, something along those lines. We're not talking 5 stars or anything like that. So, really good, open, really felt like WrestleMania, set the tone, everything was bubbling, loads of positivity around in our chat during our watch-along. Let's go. EO retains. You lot scored it great, 88. So it didn't get an all-time rating from the community. It got a great rating, but a very high great rating, right? Then we went on to Damian against Drew. This got great 78 from the community. You saw it as a step down. I saw it as a little step down. I would agree. I would say nothing drastic. I would probably score this like 3.75 to 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I thought that it was pretty brutal. There was some really nice spots in there, and Drew gets the win. And yeah, again, just a little bit of a step down. Nothing drastic. Drew winning, I thought was good. Off we go. Then we went to the Intercontinental 4-way. You lot said this just picked back up a little bit. Again, I can kind of agree. I think that match 2, match 3 are quite close. I'm down with the IC match being regarded as being that little better. I don't think I would put it over match 1. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'd have to rewatch them. I think they're quite close as well. So I don't feel like there's loads in it. Personally, I think match 1 is the better match. But if people want to tell me it's match 3, that's absolutely fine. Like the IC match, I thought was right in that conversation as well. So Dominik winning, really good. Honestly, quite close, tidy, really good, loads of momentum. Felt like the bad vibes of yesterday had been blown away. It was just positivity everywhere. Everything was brilliant. Everything was cooking. And obviously with Cody, Cena still to come, really felt like we were in for that big special day. And then it fell apart. And then it just absolutely fell apart. WrestleMania just absolutely disintegrated. And I would say from this moment, there's very little that's adding to my score. And actually what starts to happen now is my score starts to decline. So I don't even know where I was at this point, right? But as this goes on, things really start to struggle. Now, you need to know, I'm not the biggest Joe Hendry fan. I don't hate Joe Hendry. He just doesn't do anything for me. When he came out, I wasn't down on it being him. I was kind of pleased for those that was going to be excited that Joe Hendry was at WrestleMania, right? So he was a name that had been kind of like thrown around as a potential. I didn't think they would go that way. I felt really good that it was going to be Rusev. So I really felt like that was the person. So when it wasn't, I was quite surprised. So I was quite surprised. I wasn't blown away. I wasn't screaming the house down. Not someone that really moves the needle for me, but I know he does for many others. Fine. I can accept it. The match, there was nothing to it. It was like less than 5 minutes. There really was no drama, or there was nothing really there. I mean, outside of the fact it was Joe Hendry that was coming down, like that was it. that was it. I mean, there was a nice moment where he did his turnaround thing and Randy RKO's him. Randy doing the little turnaround thing was great. I enjoyed that. That was probably my highlight, was Randy doing the little turnaround thing as well. But yeah, I can't really I'm sure there's others that are going to really give that a lot of praise and say it was a real highlight for them. It just didn't really do anything for me, right? But if you've been watching this channel for a long time, or you know my feelings about Joe Hendry, you'll know that was never going to really do anything for me. So the score came in as good 89 from the community when it came to the match. So I don't think it did loads for the community either. This next match, I think it goes 17 minutes. I have no idea why this was given the time that it was given. I can only imagine that because Kevin was injured so close to Mania and they had to get Joe Hendry in as a replacement, I can only imagine that AJ Logan picked up some of the match time that would have gone to Randy and Kevin. So AJ Logan gets lots of time. I don't think they do lots of interesting stuff with it. I think this is flat. I did not find myself getting drawn into this. There was some nice moves, but I mean, the drama of the match, I just didn't care. It was nice to see Carrion. I mean, Carrion, on the outside was fun. I really like Carrion. I really like AJ. I just find Logan to just be a complete mood killer. I just don't care for him. I just don't want to see him. I'm not interested in him. Any match that's going to have Logan is just going to be pretty flat for me. But yeah, even watching this match, it just didn't do anything. And it didn't do anything for our community. You lot scored it good 73. That's a real drop. So, first match was great. Second match was great. Third match was great. Then we get the Randy Joe thing, which is good 89. Then we get AJ Logan, which is good 73. Then we get the Becky reveal. Now, I would have been shocked if it was anyone else. So Becky coming out was good. It was cool. I don't know that it does a great deal to my score. Because, as I said, it wasn't the biggest shock in the world. Becky had been rumoured to be returning very, very soon. Then we take out Bayley, and rumours were that Bayley is not injured. We did it because that was the plan. So Bayley misses out on WrestleMania, which really sucks for her. And, of course, Lyra is Irish, and, it doesn't take much to join the dots. So, yeah, Becky came out. Cool to see Becky. The match was just okay. You lot scored it good 92. You said it was better than Randy and Joe, of course, because it had more time. Better than AJ Logan. And so you lot scored it good 92. But that's still not really anything to get too excited about. We do get new women's tag champs. Lyra 2 belts. Becky 1 belt. And we'll have to see how long they keep those titles for. They will be defending them on Tuesday when they go to NXT. So they will be defending them on NXT against Tatum and Gigi. So, yeah, I mean, good 92. Again, doesn't really do a great deal to my score. It doesn't bring it down, though. My score does not decrease as a result of that match. The next one, though, it does. I mean, we do need to talk about Stone Cold crashing into the barricade. That is hilarious, right? That probably improved my score, actually, a little bit. Crashing into the barricade. Woman, I hope she's okay. Apparently, Stone Cold kind of knocked into her with his shoulder. She went down. Nick Khan went over to check on her. And, clearly there's going to be repercussions there. Not for Stone Cold, but maybe a lawsuit or who knows. Nick Khan's going to have to deal with that tomorrow, I would imagine. I would imagine there'll be lawyers involved and all of that stuff. But, yeah, I mean, that's just that car crash. We had an actual car crash at WrestleMania on day 2. And I think that sums this day up. And then we get to the main event. Now, I was wanting Cody to win, right? I like John. I have no issue against John. I really like John Cena. And I want him to get 17 this year. And obviously he did today. So I wanted him to get 17, but I wanted to enjoy it. And I wanted to celebrate it. And I wanted to enjoy it and, feel good about it. And what with him going up against Cody, I just sort of feel like Cody has not had great creative. Now, I don't blame Cody for that. I blame WWE for that. I think that his run has been very mid. I don't think that Cody's title reign will be remembered very fondly. Certainly not coming off the back of the Roman Reigns historic title reign. Like, we took that belt off Roman, put it onto Cody. I believe that was the right thing to do. Finishing the story was an amazing moment, but they had no idea how to follow it up with something creative. And so, you know, we just ended up with these matches where Cody was going in as a firm favourite, retaining the title, very little in the way of peril. Some of the matches, like against AJ, were excellent. But, I mean, we had to do him against Solo at SummerSlam in a match where Cody didn't feel like he was going to lose that belt. And, you know, Solo just didn't have the aura that was needed. Really, that match was just a way to bring back Roman. And so I sort of look at like how we use Cody when he was champion, and it's so underwhelming. And then, of course, you bring John Cena back, who's loved. And he's really loved, actually, now, because he has been losing a lot. He's a part-timer. He only used to come in like once a year, and when he did, it was exciting. He's a big Hollywood star. So for him to come back and try and get 17, it kind of felt like, yeah, this will be really fun. But of course, we turned him heel. And then, of course, we tried to berate the fans. We tried to turn the fans against John. I think that worked to a little extent. Like, John was definitely getting boos and F John Cena chants. It is kind of funny how different people have reacted. Certain places were chanting F John Cena and booing John Cena as he was standing in the ring. And then just as we get to WrestleMania, it seems like the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community, has sort of decided that it doesn't want Cody. It doesn't like Cody. His title run has not been good enough. And so they want to see John Cena get 17. And so we really saw more than ever the crowd at WrestleMania and the crowd on Friday. We really saw more than ever them getting behind John and actually throwing shade at Cody and booing Cody. And, you know, that was, in my mind, the Internet Wrestling Community kind of making their voices heard. We had this conversation during the stream. I think a lot of the people that go to WrestleMania are pretty hardcore fans, to be honest. If you're a casual fan and you're interested in watching WrestleMania, then you'll watch it. You've got to have a degree of passion and commitment to want to spend the kind of money that it now costs to go to Vegas, to go to WrestleMania. If you're doing that, then WWE has got to be a pretty big passion of yours. I've got to think that you're either a kid and you're being treated by your parents, or you are someone that's really invested in this. And I do find it interesting that Cody was not getting the kind of negativity that we saw at WrestleMania or just before WrestleMania. We didn't see that level of negativity in the build to WrestleMania. So, interesting. I can't prove that theory, but that's my theory. And I just sort of feel like the crowds and the reactions were quite a big talking point in that main event. The action was quite slow. The match was okay. I mean, it felt like it was just getting going when the ref got knocked down. That felt like, okay, here we go. And like things were going to happen now. Big pop for when Travis Scott came out. I think because the crowd thought Rock was going to come out as well. He doesn't. So Travis just comes down. And really, it's John Cena winning with the help of Travis Scott. Travis Scott gets crossroads. Cody's like chatting to him on the outside, like, I don't know, probably telling him some trash talk. And then that's when Cena has the belt and he goes to hit Cody. Cody grabs it. There's this weird back and forth, good versus evil. I mean, it's really weird. It's really strange. For a company that has like Easter eggs and such creative storytelling at times, this tussle was just so basic, so weird. Good versus evil with a tug of war over the belt. I didn't like it. I didn't like that bit. And Cody, I think, ends up getting the belt. He doesn't use it. He gets low blowed. And then, of course, goes down, gets pinned. And that's it. New champion, 17. Some people will be really happy with that. This isn't how I wanted Cena to get it. I don't feel any joy. I don't feel any happiness at all in my life. I find it very frustrating. I'm just really deflated. The ending has just really deflated me. And I don't know. I may be labelled a Cody crybaby, but it's funny because I actually don't mind Cena winning. I didn't want it, but I don't mind it. I just think there could have been much, much, much better ways to have done it. If you was really gonna, if you think about how hard and how grand it was last year, how hard it was for Cody to get this title, and how much outside interference there was to help him achieve this, and then look at this year and just look at how none of that was there. I don't understand. I don't understand why it was just Travis Scott. I mean, I'm sure if they could have got The Rock, they would have got The Rock, you know? But I still feel like there was enough people around where they could have done better than this. So I think the main event drags my score down. If the main event had been better, if the main event had been, you know, on a par with yesterday, maybe we could have found a way to, like, you know, a 7 even. Maybe we could have got to there. Maybe we could have got to a 6.5, 6.757 if the main event had been as good as yesterday. This main event was not that. So, yeah, you lot actually scored it bad. It actually got a bad rating, and in my system, I've got all the scores. I can only see a couple of other matches that have got bad ratings, and they're just really random matches from old Raws. There's, you know, there is nothing at a major PLE that you lot have scored as negatively as Cena versus Cody, the main event of WrestleMania 41. So, yeah, not good. Not good. So, you know, it is what it is. I know I'm going to come across like a moaning mini. I know that I'm going to be labelled a Cody crybaby. I'm okay with that. I'm going to score it a 5. And I do think there was stuff here. I mean, certainly the start. But then it really just falls off a cliff. And, you know, it is what it is. I am still looking forward to seeing what they've got for us on Raw. I sort of feel like big moments were missing. Becky coming back should be that. But I just think it was so obvious that it was going to be her. It was so obvious that it was going to be her. And so maybe that should have felt bigger. You know, seeing Stone Cold was great. You know, obviously to have Stone Cold coming out. But I think a lot of us wanted him involved in the main event. So when he came out just before the main event, it was kind of their way of saying he's not going to be involved in the main event. Like, why? If Stone Cold was there, did he not help Cody when Travis came down? He didn't help him last year. He hasn't helped him this year. Instead, he's just run over a woman in the crowds. So, not a great weekend for Stone Cold, to be honest. So, yeah, let's get to your thoughts. Let's see if I'm on my own, shall we? Or if you lots are in agreement. Trev David said it was very underwhelming. Mark Quinn said, I was in attendance. I thought the main event was slow, very sluggish. I wanted Cena to win, but I feel for Cody because Cena's timing is so off. You could see that Cody wanted more from the match, but Cena could not produce. Dylan said, I was watching the stream for both nights. Night 2 was way better. The only matches I really liked from night 1 are the main event and a couple of other matches. But night 2, all matches were good. Cena winning 17. Dom wins IC. Stone Cold hit that girl was a funny moment. Absolutely amazing, says I am nobody. Match of the night was Io, Bianca and Rhea. Congratulations to Drew. Liv and Raquel lost. Welcome back, Becky. I feel sorry for Bayley. We need justice. Dirty Dom, finally a singles champ. That match was fire. Logan over AJ. Cross didn't deserve that punch from AJ. I believe in RKO. Cena 17 says I am nobody. Homer said, I'm starting to remember like I was watching Vendetta, where Max Payne wins the world title. I don't even know what that means, but... Phoenix Maximus said, abortion. Women's triple threat was good. IC title was good. Rest was forgettable or bad. Main event should result in firings. The entire match was shiz. Ending was bigger shiz. And why WWE thinks we give an F about Travis Scott is beyond me. Shove that fake title up his. Phoenix Maximus, shout out to you, bud. Ryan said, I agree with Dustin Rhodes. F the Rock. I love that Cena won 17, but I hate how he won it. The match quality was great, better than night 1 until the main event, which is the worst main event in history. This really might be one of the worst manias in recent years. Maybe all time, says Ryan. Las Vegas Matt said, in 41 years of WrestleMania, there has never been a worse main event. They had 1.5 years to plan John Cena's final WrestleMania, and they had him be a heel and a cheat with help from Travis Scott. Ruined Io and Dom's wins and Becky and Joe Hendry surprises. 5 out of 10. Plus Logan Paul wins. Muggsy said it's the strangest WrestleMania ever. Sanan said overall night 2 was better, but the night 1 main event was better. 17x Cena is awesome. Brendan, shout out to you. Harlan said solid night. Could have done with more advertising. I know. Oh, that was a drag as well. Funny, isn't it? Bray and LA Knight, mostly Bray, got so much heat for that pitch black dew match. Nothing on that scale has been said since. Surprised. I don't know what that means. Surprised no Rock, the egotistical guy that he is. Raw should be better than previous years. I hope so. James said, bigger than night 1, but still not great. Most of the matches were enjoyable. Happy that Cena won 17, but the match was absolutely awful. Carl said, this feels like a clickbait question. First 3 matches were fire. Love Io, Drew, Dom, and Cena winning. I did expect a lot more from Becky's return and the main event, however, so that is disappointing. Utter disgrace. Logan not being there, but not only being there, but beating one of the all-time greats, says Carl. Game JDub1022 said, I hate to say it, but Logan Paul is elite. TKO would not sign him for no reason. Johnny said 675. I went in assuming that Jay would win and Cena 17, but a mid-main event with Travis Scott and Gunther tap out totally ruined it for me. Not the worst Mania of all time, thanks to the triple threats on both nights and Liv's peach. Great streams, Daze. Thank you. Anna said the most unspectacular Poundland budget WrestleMania, supposed to be the grandest stage of them all, the yearly extravaganza, and we got that. Underwhelmed, doesn't even come close. 4 out of 10. Anna, shout out to you, buds. Jesse says the women's triple threat was incredible. Love Bianca's entrance. Drew Priest was fantastic. IC title match was good. Randy Hendry fell short. Was nice that Karrion helped AJ when Logan's dumb friend was going to interfere. Main event disappointed. Not good for John's last. 7, says Jesse. Dark Phoenix Tees said great show from start to finish. Every match delivered. The ladies' opening was simply dynamite. The ending could have been better, but it was still great. 8 out of 10, said Dark Phoenix Tees. Kid said night 2 was wild, and I believe in Joe Hendry. Chris, shout out to you, bud. Said Daze. So what happened? EO with another banger. Let's see. We have the Bird Lady 2 belts. We got Baywatch Liv. Thank you, Liv. Stone Cold drunk a stunning, the new Green Lady shirt. He did. She was wearing a Cody jacket, so no wonder why she was crying. Cena won 17 in a 5-star classic. Not. Chris, shout out to you, buds. Gamercock said, I really think Dirty Dom stole the show. Our dog said, WrestleMania Night 2 was great. All the matches were great. My favourite wins were Io, Becky, and Lyra winning, making Lyra 2 belts. I'm proud of Lyra. She deserves this. And last but not least, John Cena breaking the record, becoming 17-time champ. Great WrestleMania 41. Nando said, Night 1 moments, Chad having a match, Jacob versus LA and main event. Night 2 moments, triple threat, street fight, 4-way, Dom winning, dislike, Becky returning and winning a title, Logan, Night 2 main event, Logan, majority of Night 1 undercard, and AJ losing to Logan. So 675. Nando, Need 20 said great night, but the end was such a stinker. Fraxian fan said Io, Rhea, Bianca was great. The men's fatal 4-way was great. Damian Drew was a great street fight. Randy versus TBA Joe Hendry was good for what it was. AJ versus Logan was great. The women's tag was great. The main event was great. So overall, 10 out of 10. Tiger Raptor said better than night 1, but still just meh compared to other manias. Finish of main event was rubbish. J Omega said 7.5. Didn't buy the whole internet whining about the build-up, but the execution was very meh. Night 2 was awesome until the main event, and that is one of the worst main events of all time. No Rock was a complete joke. Also, Penta should have won, says J Omega. Missy said main event ruined everything. Before that, it was a 7, but now it feels like a 3. King Joker said, I think it was kind of booked in reverse from night 1. We started out really high and then slowly came down, but it was fun and entertaining in every match. Glad to see Dom win. I called it. Not crazy about the end, but I suppose it did its job. Cena winning was the right call. 775, says King Joker. Cameron Wrestling said night 2 was better than 1 as a whole for fun. Gear of the weekend was Lyra Valkyria. OMG moment of the weekend was Joe Hendry appearing. Match of the weekend was WrestleMania Night 1 main event. Spot of the weekend was Hank diving onto the announce table. And wrestler of the weekend was Seth. Wrestle Dank said started off strong but fell off later. Cena winning 17 is great. El Patata said EO's match happening at daytime peeved me off. It felt like they weren't allowed to fully cook. Drew, Priest and Fatal 4-Way delivered. Good to see Cross. If not Charlotte, it's Becky. When is Lyra going to defend her IC title? Main event was filler. It just wasted a wrestling match for the beginning of another story. Night 1 and 2, 5 out of 10. NXT was better. Best moment was Ludwig Kaiser being featured on WrestleMania 41. The stage at night felt like WrestleMania. WrestleMania 40 didn't. Isaac Back said night 2 was mid. Gio the Theo said, as an audience member, I thought it was enjoyable. Main event got lackluster as soon as Travis showed up. We all thought The Rock would too. Most of the matches were good. Stone Cold showing up was cool, etc. So, Gio the Theo, shout out to you. We've got some clip here. Is this at the start? Is it when we were all optimistic? There we go. Gio the Theo, thank you. Wrestling XFR said, good show, and the main event could have been better, but I'm still happy with Cena winning the title. Also, great stream days. Can't wait for the Raw after Mania. So there we go. We made it. We did it. My voice held out, and I really appreciate the support. So, votes are still coming in, to be honest. It looks like it's going to get, though. Let's have a look. It looks like, I think they're coming in quite quickly. Yeah, we're up to 166, actually. Let me just refresh it, see if it's gone up anymore. 186. So votes coming in quite quickly. At the moment, it's battling between good and great. I mean, for me, I'm battling here, to be honest. I maybe, but I'm here. I'm on this line. That's where I am. That main event really dragged it down for me. I mean, don't forget, I wasn't after Cena winning anyway. But just the match and Travis Scott, I mean, I feel like night 1, a lot of the stuff is quite similar. And then the main event lifts the score. The main event brought my score up. I feel like night 2, I actually probably went in maybe even a bit higher. But the main event really drags my score down, which is why I end up being about a 5. So there we go. It is what it is. We move on. We move on to Monday Night Raw. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you next time. Bye for now.